I haven't learned a thing. In my quest for skill, I decided to learn off of trial and error, which many of you recommended that I shouldn't do, and guess what? I ignored all of you. Now, I am willing to be a big boy and to admit that I was wrong. And thankfully, God sent me the blessings of Deco and Glorbo, who taught me how to fly correctly. Vendetta. I'm in the sky. Oh, I got him! The flare, or the missile, yeah, whatever. They brought me into a Discord class session where they decided to teach me all of the basics correctly. My new flight instructors began by teaching me what radar is, how the different versions function from plane to plane, and how I can utilize them in a combat situation. I was taught on SRC, otherwise known as search radar, first. SRC systems use a pulse to detect what's in front of the plane. Depending on the range of the SRC system, the pulse will interpret what it finds into distance. Just knowing how radar functions at a base level was super helpful, even though the F5, which I love to fly, didn't have an SRC. And I will admit, it did take Deco and Glorbo some explaining to help me understand this concept. Oh, what the frick? What the frick?
So you'll get like, you got stuff like right here, and it'll be ground clutter, and it'll show you the ground too. So
yeah,
that's
so like you'll see a
advantage
bunch
of
of
a search radar.
When I'm looking at my screen, I've got my HUD, and on that left side I have that radar circle, and then that box of all those options underneath it, right? Is that what you're talking about?
That's your RWR.
And I'm glad that Glorbo mentioned it, because RWR is the next thing on our list. Bring him down, bring him down, bring him down. He missed! What? I just won. RWR stands for Radar Warning Receiver. I want to briefly interrupt myself to explain the War Thunder wiki. Yes! A MiG-23! This is just a web page that has given me everything I could have asked for when it comes to missiles, radar systems, and other combat systems that I haven't even begun to discover. The reason I mention the War Thunder wiki now of all times is because the RWR explanation is rather detailed, and I like to describe things in my own weird way. In my mind, the radar warning receiver is my way of knowing that somebody's watching me. I'm being pinged from right and front, trying to listen to the beeper. Okay, we're hunting the Harrier. Oh, what's up? No, you can't turn. You can't do it. Whether this is the seductive gaze of my teammate, or the very angry looks that I get from a missile racing towards my booty. Woo! Did you see that? That was sick. By simply understanding how RWR works, I've been able to last so much longer in just about every game of air battles that I've played. Somebody's locked me. Gosh dang it. I hear the tone. It's in my ear. Gotta one tap him like a sweat. Nope. And this brings me to the third lesson. Pulse Stoppler radar. I don't know if this is true, but I picture this as an upgraded version of the SRC system. And unlike your uncle, the Pulse Stoppler actually has a filter. He's gonna juke it. I wasn't listening to tone. This filter allows the radar to understand what's in the air or what's on the ground, but it can also determine an object's velocity and track that target. My instructors didn't just teach me how to use these radar systems, but how to counter them when I face them in battle. And that leads us into countering. Every weapon system that's ever been created has a weakness. This was the ideology around this quote that I love from Naruto. Even the strongest of opponents always has a weakness. This means that there is a way to defend against the radar systems that my opponents are using. And the way that my instructors taught this was through a custom battle where they deliberately walked me through each step of the process.
Alright, you go try to lock me with a missile. Okay?
Okay.
And I'll tell you when to shoot, because I know you're really close, actually. Alright,
Okay.
now pop a missile.
Smoke in the air.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
He turns and he shoots
Yep.
one flare. Oh, look at that. And now my missile's off.
Yeah,
It was
and now I can
right
just
behind you.
return afterwards.
It was right behind you still.
I'm also gonna launch a missile at you, and
You
you're
want me to
gonna
do the same
try
thing?
to do the same thing. Yep, you're gonna do the same thing.
So,
Alright, now you should be just seeing the F-16.
Yep, I see him locking me. Now you said you're gonna fire and I'm gonna turn right?
Yeah.
You're gonna use your
Turn.
RWR to turn perpendicular to the missile that's.
You want to
knowing
go
you.
either 90 degrees left or right. Alright, Fox
Go.
3. Fox 3.
It's
Fox
coming,
eight.
it's coming, gotcha.
I'm
I got-
unlocking my radar, turning my radar off. It's all the missile. And drop some chaff, drop some chaff.
Yeah, drop the chaff pretty high.
You got it.
This little trick is referred to as notching. I mentioned before that the pulse Doppler radar can tell how fast a target is moving and the direction it's going. To counter this, all you have to do is to fly perpendicular to the radar system. If done properly, you become invisible to the pulse Doppler radar. I also recommend dropping chaff before you turn because it helps to get the radar to fully lose you. Well, I just killed myself. That was really bad timing. Since SRC systems have no filter, and by that I mean they can't distinguish what's ground from air, the best way to counter this is to just fly low, which I already love doing and probably do too much of. Oh, I borked it. I borked my chance. Somebody still got me. What on earth just happened? You may have noticed that this video is titled Basic Radar Training. I'm sure there's more systems to learn, but I kind of want to get these 3 big principles in my mind before I overwhelm myself. If you stumbled across my channel and you're also learning to improve your jet skill, I hope that you learned something from me. I'm also not going to cover missiles and flares in this episode. I want to give them an entire stage for themselves. Except there's that other plane. Nice miss. And with that, we're going to close out with our devotion. Today I've chosen Proverbs 3:5-6 because I decided to lean on my own understanding and it got me nowhere. But the Word of God says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek His will in all you do, and He will show you which path to take." Although it's just a video game, God helped me to find Glorbo and Deco who are willing to get me out of my stupidness and get me on the right path. And this video is my unofficial thanks to you guys. And again, my name is Remington, this is the Church Basement, and I'll see you nerds later.